Hey, good morning. How are you doing? Hey, Thomas Sells. What is up? Hey, Bobby. How are you guys? I'm about to do some tactics to check if my head is right. I had last night I had a terrible migraine, so not sure. Oh, thanks for the follow, Thomas. I hope you like the stream. Let's go warm up with some Puzzle Rush. Let's see if this gets fixed. PC a bit slow. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. What am I thinking here? Well, that wasn't the most simple one. How is that so great? Hey, RT Dialer, what is up? Oh, sorry. I thought he would move g6. I didn't see he can sacrifice a 5 first. Oh, that was terrible. Hey, Marcos. Oof, I need to wake up, guys. um, okay. Tricky, yeah. Checkmating 1. Nice. Um, huh. What? I don't see it, guys. What the heck? What the heck is this? I don't understand. What happens after rook g8? I solved that one, but I didn't understand it. Something's wrong in my mind. Someone delete my comments. Bishop g5? No. Ufta. Pepe, wake up. You never get Quartillo's name right? Just taking the queen. Ufta. These tactics are confusing. You apologize, Mr. Quartillo. It's a Spanish, sort of Spanish. Checkmating 1. So tactics are a bit confusing today, or I'm confused. That's also possible. I'm really confused today. I'm really confused. Tough one. It says tough one. Yeah, 19 only. Oh, this is horrible. So okay, let's see the mistakes. You're also confused. Oh, you also thought queen e5. Ah no, I'm white. Queen d4. Yeah, queen d4 I meant. No, I had a check there. I didn't see that check. Oh boy. Okay. And let's see the other mistakes. Oh, come on, chess.com. I need to fix the layout every time we load the page. I hope I did. No, he played h6, right? Yeah. Yeah, here I did the stupid bishop g5. Queen e8, rook f8, bishop h7, maybe. Maybe just winning that exchange. Yeah, okay. Easy. And the first one that I failed? Oh no, that was, yeah, f5, I remember. No, but the one I didn't fail, but I didn't understand. There was one I didn't fail, but I didn't understand. Which was this one. So the puzzle stopped here, but what happens after rook g8? I cannot paint arrows here. Queen f6, but that's a draw, Bobby. How is the puzzle taking a piece, being a piece up, and drawing? I don't understand it. Hey, the Grief, what is up? And the puzzle rating is 710. I don't think this is obvious at all. Otherwise you lose a rook. Yeah, because I took the piece in the first place. I don't think it's obvious at all. I mean, why are you supposed to take that piece to play for the draw in this position? If I want to play for the draw, I guess I have some other moves. I don't know. I'm not even material down, so queen d4. For a 700 rated puzzle, why would white be better? Why would white be worse? I have the better bishop. If what I'm saying is, if the solution is to go for the draw, I'm sure queen d4 is a move as well. Or I don't know. I'm sure there are other moves. I don't believe this is the only way to get a draw. Rook takes e6. This is a very confusing puzzle. As a puzzle, not as a position. As a puzzle, it's very confusing. Can you copy the Feng? Yes. Yes. Download. Feng. Copy. There you have the Feng if you want to check on an engine. This is very confusing unless there's something after rook g8. But yeah, in this position I was thinking a lot because I was even considering queen takes rook or rook takes c6, like, you know, okay, if I'm not saving my rook, what can I find here? White is winning. How is white? That's my question. How is white winning after rook g8 in this position? Okay, good call. Queen takes h7, and then he takes on e6, and I take on b7? Or rook h3. Ah, rook h3. Oh. Let's open Lichess analysis board for a second. Tools, analysis board. Copy fan code. Okay, I think you can see the board. So, okay, rook takes reconnecting. Lichess says reconnecting. Okay. Technical problems, guys. Lichess says it's reconnecting. Oh, it's been doing this morning. Okay, I'm refreshing. Reconnecting again. That's a good question. Is it black to play or white? I guess white. Yeah, it's after bishop e6, it's white to move. So if the fen got properly copied. Yeah, but it says reconnecting. It wouldn't let me do the move. Okay, but let's go back to chess.com. Shame. Wow, so many technical problems. So yeah, now we understand that after... Oops, sorry. So many technical problems today. Now we understand that after rook g6, queen h8, if rook g8 happens, we have queen takes h7, and if he takes a rook, rook h3 is an idea to attack with rook f3. Maybe queen takes b7 is also an idea at some point. And we're on exchange down in that position. So I have to disagree with the rating of this puzzle. I don't think this is a 700 puzzle. Rook takes c6 first. Yeah, I also thought that. Why not queen back to f6? Because it's a repetition, Morcos. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good comment, but then it would be a draw. I mean, we're in this position. If we go this, and rook g8, queen back to f6, it's a draw. I mean, it's not a draw, it's a draw if we do it again. We lose a tempo with rook takes c6. Yeah, but we also take a pawn. No, he takes with the pawn. Yeah, I thought d5 would be weaker. No, yeah, I prefer to let the rook be on e6, so the f-file gets opened. So, yeah, probably queen takes h7 immediately, and then rook h3. Yeah, it's not just about the pawn, it's also about opening the f-file, I think. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, 700, the rating of this puzzle, poof. I guess many people solve it because, you know, the tactical theme is obvious, rook takes e6, but in this position I had to spend like 20 seconds to think, and I wasn't even sure when I did queen h8 that would be the solution. Everybody play queen h8. Yeah, but I understand you play queen h8 here, but if you see rook g8, you need to stop and think, what am I gonna do? I don't want to go back to f6 next move. How am I gonna win? To my eyes, it's not easy at all to think queen takes h7 and see rook h3. Can I check with rook on e8? No, I don't think so. There's a rook on on a8 as well, so black can even take with that one. Okay, interesting. Then I take the hanging rook. Which hanging rook? Which hanging rook, Marcos? I don't see any hanging rook. In this position? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna do another puzzle rush. I think 19 is too sad. How can play again? Okay. No, don't shut up. It's good if you ask questions. We're all here to learn. And I made worse than that in my life. The other day, in the last stream, I I had a checkmating one against Paquito Fimo, and I did not only do the checkmating one, I also hung a mate myself. Yeah, I do it as a warm-up usually, Bobby. I don't think there's nothing wrong, but I don't like going over 30. Nothing wrong with that. What I mean is, maybe at some point I improve my tactics enough so that I can do it faster, but for the moment, for the moment 30, around 30ish is fine. What's going on here? Have to take it, but then you take on e3. How's that good? Oh, because I'm a piece up in the starting position. Oh, you didn't take on e3. Okay. I didn't realize I started a piece up of that. Queen h7. I'm white. This looks like checkmate in 2. Check here. Huh. Tempted to trade everything. Queen c4 doesn't seem to work, so okay, took a while. Yeah, those puzzles are not really like for puzzle rush. So if I stop controlling e6, it's not good news. What? Should I just take on g8? Next time. Oh. I'm confused. Okay, let's focus and try to do 30. No more mistakes. Except I don't see the solution here. Rook d1, rook d1. No. Shoot. $29. Okay. Okay, I guess it's fine. Was very slow. It's queen h3, knight f3. In a puzzle where I did knight f3. Let me see it because I don't remember it. I don't see it. Ah, yeah, it was this one maybe. Ah, yeah, and then I win the queen. Okay, I see it now. Yeah, you're right. I'm seeing the small ball here. So I guess the king went to f1 and I took on f3. Instead of queen h3, knight takes f3, yeah. And the other one... Ah, here I did knight c3. Okay, so knight c3 he has king c1. Sorry, knight f6 he has king f8. Not sure how you win the last one. The last one, the one I was trying, I thought rook d1. Let me put it. Can I? Yeah. I had no time. So I thought rook d1, king h2, queen f4, g3. Ah. Then rook takes b1, right? Queen a7 check, I have queen f7. Yeah, rook d1 looked like the theme, yeah. Rook d1, king h2. And he went king h3, but in that case it's easier because... yeah, the fork. Yeah, and here if g3, I take on b1. And after queen a7, I thought queen f7, but maybe even rook f7. Okay, let's go to real tactics now, instead of this puzzle trash. Tactics. Rawr, rawr. Let's go, rawr. Tactics time. We're so close to 3500, so close. Yes, an endgame. A domination puzzle, probably. Layout is fine. Let me check a message. Very refreshing, weather great, expression message up. Got paid, so shopping time. Nice. Why to move? Why to move? Okay. So this looks like the typical domination puzzle where we're gonna dominate this queen somehow. If we can take the queen, that would be nice. I don't think we're gonna get it so easily, but we have some forks. So this is a forbidden square, for example, e5. Another forbidden square could be this one, as long as we keep c1 as a square where our queen can go. So the first and most forcing move would be queen b5. We also have some checks with the knight. I don't trust them. I prefer to have the knight available to attack the queen. And it's not that we have a lot of other checks. So I'm going to start with queen b5. Queen b5, king d6. Then we win the queen with queen b6. Because he has only those squares and I have forks there. So he has to go to d4. And if I do queen b4, he has to go to d3 for the same reason. That these squares, he loses the queen. So queen b5 check, king d4, queen b4 check, king d3. Then I am thinking queen b1 or queen e4. Ah, he cannot go to d1, we said that. No, he can. Right now he cannot go to e3 because of the fork, not because of the skewer. Maybe instead of queen b4 I have something better. Let's see. No! No! I was trying to remove the arrows. No! Fucking Chess.com. Fucking Chess.com. I was trying to remove the arrows. It's so hard to remove the arrows once you paint them. Okay, never mind. Let's retry it and let's solve it as if we're still solving it. Don't do arrows, we follow. No, I think people usually like the arrows. That's why I do them. But it's so hard to remove them on chess.com. I don't know why. Shoot. Okay. So king d4 only move. Let's take it from there. I could try. Well, I like queen b4. Maybe it's better only to mark the squares. I don't know. It's just, you know, to remove arrows in general, you have to click with the left click, and that was my problem. That I clicked with the left click, but for some reason the queen was selected. So I clicked here, and he moved the queen there. So what I usually do, and I wasn't paying attention this time, is I usually click on a square where my pieces cannot go. Like for example here e7. And then I'm sure I'm not mouse leaping. But why would you have the same button of the mouse to both remove arrows and move pieces? Okay, never mind. So, well, I guess we can do this move now. Well, at least we know that's not the solution already. So, oh shit. I'm thinking maybe queen f2 could be an idea. He has to go king c4 probably. And then I have queen c2. How about that? Then he finally goes to d4. What else? This is getting too hard for me. The puzzle? Okay, so queen f2. The idea is if he goes up, he loses the queen. So he has to go... yeah, if he goes here or here, he loses the... Well, if he goes here, he's checkmated. If he goes here, he loses the queen. So he has to go to c4. and then queen c2 forces the king to d4, but maybe I have something better there. There's probably nothing wrong with that. I was sure queen b5 was the move. How are you sure if you don't calculate everything? How does he lose a queen if he goes king d6? Hey, I3. Yeah, if he goes king d6, I go queen b6 check, and the only two squares he has available for the king, he loses the queen to a fork. Yeah, no problems. So queen f2 would force king c4. Then queen c2 would force king d4. I'm not sure if I'm making progress there. Maybe there I do a slow move like king b5 to... he has queen g5 check. I thought he wouldn't have a check, but he has one. Okay, because I already failed, I can try. Because I already failed this puzzle, I can try moves, and that way we're gonna solve it easier. Quicker, and go to the next one. So queen c2, king d4, but maybe I have something better here. Like maybe it's not a good moment to do this, right? And this, why would I do that? I think I'm gonna try queen c2. Yeah, looks promising. But attorney for the fans, Pepelu? No, just tactics now. It's a slow day today. I have this check, not sure. Check and check. Not sure how that works. He has to go down, he has to go to c3. And then I'm not sure what I'm doing. So maybe not. And if king here, now he has this check, which is a bit annoying, except he cannot take the knight, so maybe that's the solution. And then something like this, that would be funny. King b4. Same, I'm trying to push the king to a trap where I can win the queen, and the only check he has available that I see, then king b3. Looks funky. Then queen c3 is a checkmate threat, by the way, when I play this. Queen c3 is a checkmate threat. So king b4 is actually very tempting. King b4, queen f8 check, king b3, I still have this checkmate threat. And with the queen there, he can't escape still because of the fork. But he can escape this way. So for now, this threatens checkmate, and if he tries to run to either square, I have the fork. And after this, check, and king here, he has no way to protect this square. Wait, maybe here he can protect the square c3. But then I win the queen with queen c5, queen c3. So this looks winning. But we only need to find a move after king b3, king e3. That's the only variation where I need to find a way to win the queen still. Knight g4 check. Knight g4 check. He cannot go to the f file because he would lose the queen. Then king back to c4. Then probably queen c3 and knight f6. Or maybe something better. Maybe queen d2, queen e3, queen d4, queen b4, and I have a skewer in the end. I think king b4 wins it here, guys. And this is a very beautiful one. Oh, he hung the queen like this. Okay, that was beautiful. At least, despite the mouse slip, at least we had a beautiful puzzle. Yeah, and here, if he goes to d4, there probably there's probably more. Oh, queen c4 is checkmating one. Yeah, queen c4 is checkmating one. Much easier than the line I calculated. He was checkmating one. That's why he had the queen. Okay. Okay, let's go for the next puzzle and let's try not to mouse leap. We need to make our way back to 3485, our previous rating. One second, message. Okay, what do we have here? We're black in a position where our queen is very well placed, you know, for an attack, and maybe also our rook that can go to f2, by the way, threatening mate. What time of puzzles, what time type of puzzles are these on chess.com? I thought Puzzle Rush was only type. Oh, no, this is just regular tactics. I don't know if you can see my left menu. Yes, you can. So here you have under here puzzles tactics, simply that. There's Puzzle Rush, there's tactics, I think this is called tactics, and probably there's another type that I never tried. Whoa, Chuck Malton, welcome. Whoa, man, thanks for the raid. Awesome. How was your stream, Chuck? Oh, appreciate the raid. Were you doing Crazy House or Back House? Wow, welcome everyone. Welcome raiders. We're doing tactics here. Let's put my chess hat, my new chess hat. Welcome people. Thank you very much for the raid. I hope you had a fantastic stream. I'm still waking up. I warn you, I'm very slow today. But I'm waking up with some tactics on chess.com. We're trying to get to 3500 today, but the previous puzzle I mouse leaped, so I lost 13 points. Tough. Wow, thank you very much for the raid, man. I hope you like tactics, guys, because this is getting tough on chess.com tactics this level. So the obvious would be to threaten checkmate. That's the strongest move I can find. And then I might bring the other rook. I don't see white having any special threats apart from taking our bishop, moving the knight out and promoting that pawn. I think these pieces are not working very well. The bishop and the queen battery is totally blocked by the pawn for the moment. Maybe knight takes will threaten our rook on a8, but provided knight takes bishop is not a strong threat. So rook f2. If we threaten checkmate there, I think there's only one solution, rook g1. And then let's say I bring my rook, my other rook, then knight takes bishop, just to say a move. Rook f1, or rook takes g2. Yeah, rook takes g2 wins on the spot. So he cannot take my bishop, right? He cannot take my bishop. So after rook f2, this puzzle looks extremely easy, so I'm confused. I'm probably missing something. Rook f2 looks like it's forcing rook g1. And then rook a f8 threatens rook takes g2 at least. Maybe e5? Then rook f1. The problem with rook f1 is I'm not threatening checkmate, I think. I will need a slow move, like After rook takes g1, king takes g1, queen e1 check, king h2, I will need a slow move like rook f1, and I don't have time to do that because he has, of course, queen a8 with checkmate. So yeah, the problem is rook f1 is not as strong as it looks. So e5 might be resourced by white, defending g2. Maybe I can use the bishop now that it's not taken. So rook f2, rook g1, rook af8, e5. Is bishop g5 too slow? Bishop g5 to f4? Looks suspicious. Bishop g5 probably e7. Yeah. Yeah, moving the bishop looks dangerous. Huh. So rook f2, rook g1, rook af8, e5. I don't think I can change the move order anyway. I like rook f2, rook e1, rook takes g2 first, then rook takes g2 is forced, and then queen takes h3. Okay, that's an option, because after rook takes g2, rook takes g2, queen takes h3, he has to go king g1. There's no rook h2. So he has to go king g1, then I can go queen e3 check maybe. It's a crazy sacrifice on g2 first, but it prevents the e5 defense. But how would it work? So rook f2, rook g1, rook takes g2. If rook takes g2, queen takes h3 check, king g1. Maybe I go rook f8, maybe I go queen e3. Let's say queen e3 check. He has to go to the h file. Feels too much. Let's say king h2. No, it feels like the sacrifice was too much. This is a really interesting puzzle. Yes, it is. It is. Well, it looks like rook f2 has to be the first move, but I don't want to do it until I see the whole solution. Yeah, instead of rook af8, I was thinking that the immediate sacrifice he has to take. Isn't it mate after queen f1? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have queen f1 anywhere in any line. Well, I have it in one line, yeah, but of course after queen takes h3 he's never gonna play rook h2. He has to play king g1. If he plays rook h1 after queen takes h6, what? Rook h2 after queen takes h3. Yeah, no, he's gonna play king g1. But yeah, that's the point of the line, is that he's forced to play king g1. So I like the line from a calculation point of view because he has only one move. The problem is I don't see a good follow-up. I see ideas like he can never go king f1 later after queen e3, for example, but he goes to the h file and I'm not sure. And if I go rook af8 after king g1, I'm not sure what our threat is. I'm not sure what my threat is, so it could be that no, I will need a slow move again in a position where I'm probably not allowed. So I think I'm gonna go back to rook f2, rook g1, rook af8, and e5. Can we try bishop g5 without a rook on f8? Oh, that's a good idea. Rook f2, rook g1, and try bishop g5 in that position. So e7 wouldn't attack a rook on f8 because there's no rook there. Yeah, I guess that's interesting. That's probably the best move order, because I was trying bishop g5 after rook af8, e5, and it didn't work. But I'm trying to see whether he can move the knight somewhere useful, because we don't have an immediate threat. We have a threat in 2 moves. So if he attacks a rook on a8, where are we going to put it? Let's say, for example, knight takes d4, rook e8, knight f5. No, knight f5, just bishop f4. So knight takes d4 is probably bad. Is bishop g5 first a thing? No, I think I like after rook. I think definitely rook f2. The inclusion of rook f2, rook g1 is an improvement for bishop g5, because e7 would not attack a rook on f8, and because the king is going to be trapped. So I think bishop g5 is improved by including first rook f2, rook g1. Because if we go bishop g5 immediately, I think e7 could potentially be a problem already. Provided that after bishop f4 we may think we have a strong attack, but first he takes a rook, and then he goes king g1, so there's no checkmate. And this is the typical situation where we don't have checkmate, despite that construction. If we go bishop e3 check, he goes back to h1, we don't have checkmate, and we lost a rook. If we go back to f4, he goes back to g1, and we're just repeating positions. So I think rook f2, rook g1, bishop g5 is stronger than bishop g5 immediately, because now e7 wouldn't attack anything. It would be a bad move. What if you play rook f2 after e7? That's actually a good question. What has he in that line? Drunk chess? Do I have to answer that, really? What has he in that line? The thing is, what do we have? But yeah, actually after bishop g5, e7, rook f2, it looks like we're transposing to a winning line. Hey Bobby, you're back for the 3500. I'm sorry, I failed the previous puzzle because of a mouse slip. Okay, so bishop g5, e7, rook f2 is actually very interesting, because that looks like we're transposing to the line after rook f2, rook g1, bishop g5, where e7 doesn't work. But if we do it this way, it's like we're forcing him. Okay, so bishop g5 first is really interesting. is still my choice. What is still your choice? Yeah, I don't think e7 is a good move. You're right. E7 is not the cannot be the problem with bishop g5. But I thought the inclusion of rook f2, rook g1 was a good, would make stronger the bishop g5 idea. Isn't rook f2 more forced? Yes, Bobby. But we've been here for a while, Bobby, so you probably missed some calculation already. Of course, we calculated a lot rook f2 already, and we're trying to improve the line. Now, to my eyes, both rook f2 and bishop g5 look winning, so there's definitely something we're still missing. Rook f2, rook g1, bishop g5 looks really strong. Bishop g5 first looks also strong. What's the refutation? We didn't find a refutation of any of the lines yet, Bobby. That's my current problem. But yeah, rook f2 is a bit more forced, and it traps the king in the corner. So that's why I think that rook f2 first makes the bishop g5 idea stronger. But yeah, why would bishop g5 not work in the starting position? So we found a refutation of the rook af8 idea, Bobby. Just to put you in context, the first line we calculated was rook f2, rook g1, and then rook af8 threatening rook takes g2, very strong. Then e5 looks like it's holding somehow. And then I calculated rook f2, rook g1, rook takes g2 immediately, but then after rook takes g2, queen takes h3, king g1 forced, we didn't see anything. And yeah, bishop d5, knight takes d4, yeah, we sort of thought that, yeah. He can't move his knight, though if you move bishop g5 first to try to attack your a rook. Yes, he can, actually, i3. Bishop g5, knight takes d4 is definitely a good idea, because now we can never put the rook on f2. So after bishop f4, maybe even knight f3. Yeah, I guess king g1 could be a move, but maybe just knight f3. So yeah, I go back to this idea, rook f2, rook g1, bishop g5, and let's try to find a defense for white, because our threat is clear. Rook f2, rook g1, bishop g5. How's he gonna defend? Oh, by the way, guys, we totally missed that after rook f2 there's another move, not only rook g1 but also e5 is a defense. So rook f2 is not so forcing. e5 is possible as well. Huh. Huh. I don't follow you, i3. You say if I play first bishop g5, he cannot go e5? Why would, first of all, why would he play e5 in that position? Well, when he has knight takes d4, I think knight takes d4 is the move there. So rook f2, rook g1, bishop g5. Let's see if I find a defense. Let's see if we find a defense for white. If not, let's see what happens after e5. We need to solve both lines. So rook f2, rook g1, bishop g5. Let's say knight takes d4. Rook e8 maybe. Rook e8, knight f3. Oh, knight f3 is not possible. Rook takes f3 wins. That's nice. Knight e5 also. Yeah, Bobby. Knight e5, I guess I can take it. But okay. Good point. Ah, not take it. Ah, you mean like immediately knight f7. Yeah. Yeah, knight e5 is annoying. I think knight f3 is never possible with my queen on g3 and his rook on g1 because of rook takes f3 and queen takes h3 checkmate. In that case, I think rook f7 is better. What? I3, please, stop messing up the coordinates. You're confusing me. And it's already a problem that we're thinking about many lines at the same time. You're confusing me a lot with your coordinates, man. So, what line I was even thinking? I can't remember. Rook f2, rook g1, knight takes d4. No, sorry. Rook f2, rook g1, bishop g5, knight takes d4, rook e8, queen c6, then rook f8, then e7. No, that's a problem. So after queen c6, maybe rook e8 is not the move in the first place. Maybe rook c8, then queen b7. Is rook e8 better than rook a f8? Rook f8, there's e7. Knight e5 looks better than knight a6. I know, Bobby, but I need to solve all the lines, man. Aha! This is so stressful right now. You keep giving me lines I'm not calculating. Why can't you stick with my line? I need to solve all of them. I'm gonna grab a coffee. Okay, let's start over. Let's see if I can hit a square I cannot move any piece to. There we go. So rook f2, rook g1. Bishop g5. In that moment, it looks like white has a couple of ideas that could be annoying, namely knight takes d4 and knight e5. I'd love to calculate them, but as you are arguing in the chat that they don't look promising, I guess I'll look somewhere else. I don't know. Okay, congrats, I3. So I think I'm gonna go back to calculating the first line. I calculated rook f2, rook g1, rook a f8. It still looks the most promising, provided that bishop g5 has problems to knight e5 and knight takes d4. So I'm gonna go back to that line and I'm gonna see what happens after e5. So rook f2, there are two options for white, rook g1 or e5, but I expect to transpose after rook a f8. For example, rook f2, rook g1, rook a f8, e5 would transpose to rook f2, e5, rook a f8 if he goes rook g1 there, which I'm not sure if it's the only move. Or maybe after e5 we do something different instead of rook a f8. So I'm gonna stick first to the rook g1 line. Rook a f8, sorry, rook f2, rook g1, rook a f8, e5. So rook takes g2 cannot work there. Rook f1 is too slow. Oh wait, it's not too slow maybe. Because rook f1, I thought we had a very slow attack with rook takes g1, queen e1, and then rook f1 wouldn't work because of our back rank issues. But actually, we might have bishop h4 instead of rook f1. So our threat is rook takes g1, queen e1, and bishop h4. And there's no queen f3 because the rook is there. So there's no way for his queen to stop bishop g3. So maybe just rook f2, rook g1, rook a f8, if e5, rook f1. If e5, rook f1. And let's say he goes e7 there to stop our next slow move. Ah no, of course the bishop is on e7 in that point, so everything works in this line. Let's say after rook f1 he tries he has a bishop where on b3, not helpful. I don't know, let's say he tries knight takes d4, rook takes g1, king takes g1, queen e1 check, king h2, bishop h4. That's killing. So I like that idea. It looks really promising. And if he goes e5 first, so rook f2, e5, rook f2, e5, maybe in that line we have to go bishop g5. Maybe rook a f8 is not creating a threat because he's already defending g2 with the queen. Ah, it creates a threat on f1 anyway. Yeah, rook a f8 also. Okay, so I'm gonna check the chat now. I'm sorry, I had to do this blindfolded because I got so stressed looking at the chat that I could not calculate two moves in a row. If e5, rook f1, rook f2, e5 also. Rook f1 wins after e5, yes. Also there is bishop c4 instead of e5. Bishop c4. So rook f2, rook g1, rook a f8, bishop c4? No, but I take on g2 with the... Ah! Huh. There's bishop c4 there. Yeah. Okay. So rook f2, rook g1, rook a f8, bishop c4. But it only defends f1. So I'm thinking maybe rook g2, queen takes h3, and king g1 is forced again. But with a rook already on f8, we might have something. Queen e3 check, king goes to h2 probably, or h1, and rook f6. So maybe h1, and if rook f6... Ah no, if king h1 I have queen e1 again. Maybe I go rook f6 after queen e1. So my point is rook f2, rook g1, rook a f8, bishop c4, rook takes g2, rook takes g2 is forced, queen takes h3 check, king g1 is forced, queen e3 check, king has to go to the h file, force, and then rook f6. If king h2, rook f6. If king h1, maybe rook f6, maybe queen e1, followed by rook f6. And he can never stop rook h6, so he better find a way to defend against rook h6. I guess if he does it with the queen, it's the same, with queen c4. Looks really strong, this rook f6 idea, in the end. I don't see a defense there. For example, after queen e3 check, king h2, rook f6. I don't know, rook g3, I have queen f2 and rook h6. No. That's the line I just calculated, Bobby. That is the line I just calculated. Ah, no, with e5 instead of rook g1. Okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, the other line. So rook f2, e5, rook a f8, bishop c4. So the queen is defending g2, the bishop is defending h1, f1. Let's say now you're gonna love this move. You're gonna love this move. Rook 8 f3. Nah, it's two rooks for the queen. It's too much. Nah, it's too much. But it was a funny move. Or maybe it's not too much because then we have checks and we can incorporate the bishop for the checkmate before he promotes. Bishop g5 is easy. Yeah, I guess. But rook 8 to f3 was nice also. It forces queen takes f3, rook takes f3. And the problem is just there, instead of taking the rook, because we have no checkmate threat, he goes e7. So yeah, it would work if he takes our second rook. But yeah, bishop g5. Bishop g5 looks good. So rook f2, e5, rook a f8, bishop c4, bishop g5. And let's say e7. I don't see bishop g5 so easy. I don't know what to do after e7. So okay, e7, let's say rook e8, queen c6. Where's the knight? Oh, the knight is still on c6. My bad. Uh, so e7, rook e8. King g1. Or what about rook f1? e7, rook e8, rook f1. I don't see it. Bishop f4, if this is not winning. After rook f1, bishop f4, king g1. How is that winning, Bobby? Hey, nobody. Good morning. We win something. What do we win there? I don't see it. Oh, we can go queen f2. We can trade on f1 first instead of bishop f4. Just after rook f1, rook takes f1, bishop takes f1, bishop f4, king g1, bishop e3 check, king h1, queen f2. But then king h2? I still don't see the checkmate there. We win the bishop though, but we were a piece down already, so... Ah no, for a rook. Yeah, so we're fine. Yeah, we might just take the bishop there after queen g1, king g3, queen takes f1. Poof! What is the main line so far? Poof, nobody. We calculated... I don't know, 20 lines, but the line that looks for us working right now is rook f2, a lot of main lines, yeah, rook f2. And we were, a lot of main lines, exactly, because white has the defense rook g1, white has the defense e5, and after he defends g2, in both cases, after rook a f8, he has the defense e5 again, or the defense bishop c4, or the bishop or the defense queen c4. So one main line we calculated was rook f2, rook g1, e5, rook a f8, bishop c4 was there? Yeah, bishop c4. Rook takes d2, rook takes d2, queen takes h3, king g1, queen e3 check, followed by rook f6. And bishop g5, the line that BG player is saying we already discarded it. Bishop g5 immediately was met by, I think, knight takes d4. You played two white moves in a row. Did I? Did I? Never mind. The other line we were trying to calculate now is rook f2, e5, and after rook a f8, bishop c4. On bishop g5, he has knight takes d4. Yeah, exactly. That's the refutation we found. And there was some other line where knight e5 was also a problem after rook f2, knight e5 hitting this rook and knight f7 tricks, but of course not immediately, because after rook f2 he has to address g2. But yeah, sometimes there was also that idea. Anyway, I'm gonna go for it because I'm so tired already of this puzzle. So here, yeah, this is one of the moments where bishop g5 could be met by knight e5. And so we thought rook a f8 is better. And yeah, after bishop c4, the line I was calculating was rook takes g2, he has to take, then queen takes h3, he has to go to g1, and now with this rook already working on the f file, queen e3 check followed by rook f6 looks really strong, and I didn't see a way to stop the checkmates there, so I'm gonna go for it. And yeah, queen e3 followed by rook f6, because I don't see any other idea here. Yeah. Yay! We got it! Yeah, rook f2 and rook a f8 looks very normal. That was our first idea, like, I don't know, 40 minutes ago. But but then we started seeing defenses for white, because at first sight it was like, oh, this is too easy. Rook f2 threat forces rook g1, and then we go rook a f8, we threaten rook takes g2, this is so easy. Then we found the e5 defense, the bishop c4 defense, the queen c4 defense. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oof, oof. Okay, we're regaining some of the rating. Oh, you know what? Nobody. The worst thing happened today. This is the second puzzle. In the first puzzle, I misclicked trying to remove the arrows of the board. I misclicked, and we failed the puzzle, which we finally solved after that. Horrible. What would happen after e5? In which position, Sheno? So instead of bishop c4, for example, here e5, or in the first move e5. Our attack was the same, rook af8. But yeah, bishop g5. For example, in this position, if e5 happens, bishop g5 to f4 was an idea. I think e5 coordinates better with bishop c4, not rook g1, because with rook g1, the king is really trapped in the corner. With bishop c4 instead of rook g1 in the first move, sorry. So rook f2, e5 now to defend g2, and then after rook af8 to bishop c4. In that defense, rook f1 wins by force after e5. Yeah, if bishop c4 is not being played. You mean that, right? Yeah, the thing is he cannot get the three moves at the same time. e5, bishop c4, and rook g1. He has to choose. Yeah, after rook g1 and e5, definitely rook f1. We saw that. But that was also very interesting to see, because at first sight I thought rook f1, our threat was rook takes e1, queen e1 check, and then rook f1 could never be played because we have a back rank issue. But there was bishop h4 after rook takes g1, queen e1, bishop h4, with the rook still on f8. Was completely winning. So yeah, rook f1 winning by force. All right, let's move on. Please, an endgame. Yes, yes. What back rank issue? With knight on c6. No, there was a line, Bobby, and I already said it, so if you were not paying attention, I'm not going back there. Sorry. No. I need that position out of my mind ASAP. Oh boy, can you imagine playing a game, an over-the-board game, having such a complicated position, calculating so many lines? It would be horrible to have a chat. Like, it's so stressful when you keep saying lines and lines and lines and lines. Bishop c4 wins knight, next puzzle. Good joke. Okay, let's calculate. Bishop c8 could be a move. Like a very annoying move, maybe. He has to go to e5. Then I was thinking queen h5, but queen h5, king f6, queen f5, king g7. So, maybe queen e7 at that point. So bishop c8, king e5, queen e7 check, king d4. No, king here we have bishop e7. Oh, nice. So then after this, queen e3 check, and king must go here to avoid the checkmate. And again, I can win the knight again, but I don't like winning the knight in this position. So queen here forces this. Bishop here, maybe not quite it. Or maybe yes. Queen b4 check and queen b5 checkmate. So he has to go to c7 after queen b4 check. He goes to a6, queen a3, queen b4 we transpose, and after queen c7, I don't see anything after king c7, so maybe not a good idea. Queen b4 check. It looks like this has to be the solution, but I'm struggling in the end of the line. So bishop c8 forces this, queen e7 check forces this, queen e3 check forces this. Maybe bishop back to a6 in that position. Ah, bishop back to a6 in that position forces king b4. Forces king b4, then queen c3 check forces king a4. And then I thought bishop b7, but nope. Maybe queen a1 first. Check first. He has to go to b3 or b4. Then I play bishop b7. What about that? Looks winning. With the king either on b4 or b3, my queen on a1, playing bishop b7. If the king is on b4, and he doesn't take the bishop, I have queen b4. Oh, queen e8 he has. Wait, queen e8. And after queen c3, he has bishop, king b5. Huh. Okay, so maybe my idea is stupid after all. Can't only be checks that it wouldn't be a study. Yeah, that's why I start with, that's why I'm looking for bishop b7 in the middle of the line. Maybe also king move could be possible, but yeah. So far this looks a very strong line. Let's see if I missed some checkmate threat or something. Bishop c8 check looks good. King here, and you say king e3 here. Yeah, that's already a checkmate threat, a cool one that I missed already. I guess it's a very strong one. Yeah, queen takes c8 doesn't lose the queen, does it? Nobody? I thought it would lose it to queen f4, queen d4, but no, he's in time to defend the queen. After going via c6. Ah, queen e4 and queen c2. I missed that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Ah, sorry, nobody. You gave away the solution. It looks, yeah, it looks there's nothing to do for black. I don't deserve the points in this puzzle, man. Shoot. Didn't know king e3 was winning yet. I mean, it threatens checkmate. There's no way to stop the checkmate without losing the queen. You were guessing. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, queen f4 checkmate is hard to stop unless you give the queen on c8, or after king d5 you give the queen. And there's no use for that knight. All right. Queen d4 checkmate. Yeah, both queen f4 and queen d4 were checkmates. Call it 3 points back from the misclick earlier. Yeah. Yeah, monster, that's okay. Actually, it's only 1 point, so so it's okay. Yeah, we lost 13 points with the misclick, so queen f4 was not mating 1. Oh, yeah, but it was winning the queen. No, I meant it was mate if he goes like d5 or... Yeah, you're right, Bobby, you're right. I mean, d5 was a forbidden square for the king all the time. That's why in my mind it was like, yeah. Okay, blue. Next. That king is asking for trouble. And we're not even material down, look at that. But, of course, white has its own threats against our king. This sounds familiar. I think we did this one. Didn't we? There was a moment where we took a knight. Here, probably. We did this one, I remember. Aha. Yeah, it looks really, really familiar. And there was the queen a4 check that was... oh, I remember now, the king f3, king g3 ideas. Ooh. But I don't remember this solution, so... Aha. Yeah, there was one... I remember there was one line where the king could escape to the queen side that I didn't like. So I was like focused a lot on bringing the king there. It's d5, d5. I don't remember that. I think there was some kind of line where in the end we can just grab a knight or something. Knight takes e7, king h8, king e7 takes, check. Ah, I remember calculating that, yeah. So we had queen e1, we had queen a4, we had d5. But I think I wanted this to be able to have a skewer here, because after this I don't have it, or maybe I do. If king e5, queen e1. Don't remember. I don't remember a thing here. I don't remember anything. So d5 check. He has two moves. I don't remember anything. So, okay, let's calculate one and then the other. Let's calculate king e5. You know, trying to go to f6. Maybe in that case, just queen e1. Hey, Duke, what is up? d5, king e5, queen e1 check. My idea is if king f6, just queen c3 check and take everything on g7. Because, you know, I'm pawn up. Oh, maybe that's not so great. After all, the endgame looks winning with that a pawn. So d5, king e5, queen e1 check, knight e4, knight takes d7, king f6. Ah, then queen h5? No, he takes the knight and checkmate me. What am I missing here? I don't recall d5 at all, Bobby. You're so sure this was it? I don't remember that. You're on a yellow card. No, you can say things, it's okay. I just prefer hints than solutions, but... Well, this one, we already solved it, so it's not the end of the world if you... if you refresh my memory. But I don't remember d5 at all. King e5. I don't remember calculating this. It's like the first time I calculate this. So I guess I spent a lot of time on queen e1 in the first time we solved this, because that's what I remember the most. Queen e1. Pushing the king to this side. Honestly though, there would be other defenses just so the queen winning line. Ah, in the previous puzzle you say? No, it's fine, it's fine. I didn't mean to how do you say this in English? I mean, it's okay. It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. There's this check also. It's a very stupid one, isn't it? Say it in Spanish. Reprender. Reprender. So d5, king e5. Réprimander in French. Could be. I don't know that word in French. But it looks like it, because it looks like it comes from the same Latin. Because we say reprimenda as well in Spanish. Mm. Yeah, he was asking me, nobody, but okay. Google Translate so ugly. Oh, no, that's a good translation, actually. That's a good translation for your sentence. Yeah, I'm really tempted to calculate queen e1, king f4. And then we had queen b4. I think I spent a lot of time last time calculating this. Spell the word, I'm gonna check. The word in Spanish? This one. Yeah, I think it's réprimande probably in French. It looks like that. I didn't mean to do that to nobody. I didn't mean to reprender him. So queen e1, king f4, queen takes f2. Reprimand. Does that exist in English? Reprimand? I don't mean to reprimand you. You did nothing wrong. Okay, cool. Now we understand each other. I mean, guys, what is wrong with queen e1? Queen e1, king f4, queen takes f2, check. Isn't this much easier than d5? Or he goes here anyway now. No, then I have a checkmate. He cannot go there. And if you block now with the knight, then I just take the free knight. So queen e1 check. Yes, Duke, we had this puzzle and I don't remember. I don't remember it. I recall some things. You remember the whole thing? Oh, nice. I don't. But I remember a lot this queen e1 line, so I'm confused that Bobby is 100% sure d5 was the solution, and I don't remember anything after d5, king e5. I don't remember anything there, so I'm confused. Bobby's right. It's d5. Not 100% sure. Okay, you were. I thought you said you were totally sure, but maybe it's just sure. Ah, no, you were sure queen a4 was not the move. And you remember d5. Okay. You're 1,000,000% sure, Duke? Okay, nice. Now I need to understand why. I need to understand two things. One is why queen e1 is not winning, and the other is why d5 is. d5, king e5? I don't see it. I guess I continue with queen e1. And then after king f6 I have to play queen c3, I think. And then after king g6. Queen e1 isn't winning because, okay, I guess I don't remember it all completely. In some weird way the king runs to g6. But in this line he also runs to g6, doesn't it? Queen takes g7. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I said the first. So when you said d5 was winning, Bobby, I said this. I said, okay, queen d5, queen e1, queen c3. We trade everything on g7, and we have a winning endgame. But we're only a pawn up. So So yeah, it needs some. It's strange that I don't remember that. Piece up. How are we a piece up? Our king is defending that. Our king is defending that. Yeah, good point. Oofda. Maybe I should stop doing tactics today. I'm missing the most obvious things. You're right, we're a piece up there. Oofda. And queen e1, he had a... Okay, guys, I'm gonna trust you. So now I have this check or this check. I also have this check on e5. While the king cannot still run. So e5 looks really tempting now. He has to take it. So I'm thinking e5, king takes e5, queen e1 now, king f4, queen takes f2. And now that the bishop controls g4 in a discovered way, we might be doing all right there. We might be doing really fine. And it's all forced. Looks like that. It's all forced, and he has to go to g4, so... Oh, snap. Okay, I guess we can take now here. But I missed this 94 move. Yeah, I guess just knight takes knight. Yeah. All right. When you did the puzzle the first time, you calculated 94. Oofda. I can't remember that. All right. Now I have 98 check. King g6. Now this sounds familiar. This position already sounds familiar. So yeah. Well, in this position I'm already a piece up, so I better not lose any material. 98 king g6 bishop e6. I recall something like that. Like a strange way that I'm not checkmated because I defend f7 and g7, but I wasn't certain when I calculated it because it was like, okay, I'm defending the checkmates, but looks suspicious. But I guess if he moves the knight to g5 then, which is probably what was worrying me the last time, I could just take on f2 maybe, and he still has no checkmate because e6, no, e6 is hanging there. Wait. Maybe queen e5. So 98 king g6 bishop e6, knight g5, queen e5. Okay, Bobby, see you later. I know it's 98 bishop e6. Yeah, I know that. I remember that. I remember that. My memory never fails. Mine does. So after king g6, bishop e6, knight g5, maybe queen e5, was something like that. Since when? Okay, 1 point for this puzzle that we already solved in the stream, so let's go to the next one. Yay! Domination. What's the time? It's still early. Kinda. Let me check if I have some messages. No, I don't. Okay. So, Queen. Oh, we had this. Yeah, I remember Kudo. Solving this one. So what was the first check, here or here? I think on d8. Come on, you can do 3500 today. Come on, we can do this. Yeah, I didn't find it and ended the stream, and then I solved it out of the stream, and it was the line that Kudo was saying in the stream, and I remember getting a bit mad at Kudo because I confused his line with another line I was calculating, and his idea wasn't working in that line. Then I sent him a message, a private message, saying I was sorry. Hey, Doctor Strange, what is up? So I think Kudo's idea was to check on h5 at some point, or on f6, can't remember. There were many interesting ideas. Queen e4, queen e1, queen d8, queen e7. Let me delete the arrows in a proper way. So queen d8 check. And if the king goes down, I have a problem. So let's start with a different line. Queen e4 or queen e1. Queen e1. Let's try that. Queen e1, king g5 only move. Queen e5 or queen e7 now. Let's say queen e5. Queen e5, if king goes to h6, looks like we should win there. Just don't see how. If king goes to h6, maybe queen h8, king g5, queen d8. And then after king h6, I don't see a way. And if I start with queen e4, king g5, isn't that the same? I thought I had a check on f8 at some point, but I can't remember it. So queen e4, queen e4, king g3, queen g2, king f4. I don't like that. I don't like queen e4 now. Queen e4, king g3, queen e1, king f4 anyway, queen f2. He has to go to g5, queen g3. He can go to f6. Oh boy. Okay, nobody. See you later. So what's going on with queen d8? Let's say queen d8. The point is, if queen g5, queen h8, if queen h5, queen f6, or queen d4, no. How the hell is my small brain supposed to calculate such a puzzle? Yeah, the problem with this one is there are many checks. So queen e7 maybe. Queen e7, if queen g5, queen e4. There's one moment where he cannot go queen g5, but I'm not finding it. So let's keep exploring. I think I like to start with queen e1, but what I remember about the solution is confusing me, because I thought we had to check on the 8th rank to keep the option open to go to h8 at some point, but I can do that from e5 as well. So queen d8, if he goes to g3, what am I supposed to do? Queen c7 or queen g8? So queen e1 is the most forcing move, right? He has only one response. There's some lines where we checkmate, the king is on g3 and we checkmate on f2, but I don't see a way to reach them. At some point his queen has to move. That's going to be important. Queen e1 is the most forcing check. Just had a brain fart. Queen d8. So this is a very nice position to calculate blindfolded. There are a few pieces on the board, and our king is on f1. Queen e2 check. What, Marx? Queen e2 is not check. I don't follow your line. It's full of notation mistakes. I guess you say queen e1 check, king g5 maybe, queen h4 check. What? Queen e7. Ah, you meant queen e7. You meant queen e7 check, king g3, but I think he plays queen g5 there. I think he plays queen g5 there. Ah, but maybe queen g5, maybe that's actually the good line that prevents queen g5 because of queen e1 check. Ah, no, queen g1, there's queen g3. Yeah. Okay, let's calculate. Let's calculate. So I have queen d8, or queen e7, or queen e1, or queen e4. But what I remember is I remember queen d8, the idea of queen e8, or maybe after a couple of checks, doing a check on d8 to be able to go to h8. So how do we do this? Let's say queen d8 check, queen g5, queen h8 check, queen back to h5, or king g3. Queen d8 check. So I remember queen d8 check, guys, but I don't see the line. I haven't done tactics in a while. Really hard puzzle, too many lines. Yeah, my visualization is so bad. That's it. I'm setting it up on a board to actually move the pieces. Okay, Marcos. Okay, I'm gonna try to calculate it blindfolded. I have the feeling that queen d8 was the move, so I'm gonna calculate that line first. I was trying to calculate other lines to remember ideas in the position, but no, let's just calculate that line. Okay, so queen d8 check. He has two options that I see, king g3 or queen g5. So I'm going to start with queen g5, which I think is the most annoying, and the only idea of playing queen d8 is to play queen h8 now. Queen h8, if queen h5, we have queen f6. I think that was mainly the idea. Queen f6 check, because he cannot go to g3 because of queen f2 checkmate, so he has to go queen g5 again, then we go queen d4 check. Again, he cannot go to f2. Oh yes, the queen is on. Wait. So queen h5, queen f6 check, queen h5, queen f6 check, queen d5, queen d4 check. With the queen on g5, yeah, he cannot go. He has to go king h5. He has to go king h5, and then queen h8 check. King g6 or queen h6. But queen h6, we probably go queen e5 check. And so I'm gonna say the line again. Queen d8 check. I'm trying to see what happens after queen g5, because there's king g3 as well. And after queen g5, I was thinking queen h8 check, queen h5, queen f6 check, queen g5, queen d4 check, king h5, bishop e8 check. That was the key. In that position, bishop e8 check, and there's a checkmate on h8, so we win the queen. Yeah, and after, so again, queen d8 check, queen g5, queen h8 check, queen h5, queen f6 check, queen g5, queen d4 check. So if he goes king h5, we have bishop e8. If he goes king g3, we have queen f2 checkmate. And so that's it for that line. That line works. So after queen d8 check, queen g5, queen h8 check, queen h5, queen f6 check. Yeah, queen g5 is forced again. If king down, queen f2 is mate. So I think the only line left to calculate is king g3 in the first move after queen d8 check, king g3, and I thought maybe queen c7 or queen b8. So queen c7 check. The king cannot go to h4 because of queen f4 check, winning. So king f3, queen c3, I guess, check. King must go to f4 or e4. On e4 we're probably winning the queen, and on f4 let's say queen d2 check, forcing him to e4 finally. This is tough. So queen c7 check. Again, from the beginning, queen d8 check, king g3, queen c7 check, king f3 only move, queen c3 check, king f4, queen d2 check, king e4. There must be a way. There must be a way to push him. So bishop c6, he has king f5. Then queen a5. Oh, then I have always check. Yeah, that's easy. After king e4, we go bishop c6 check. He has king f5, and then after queen a5 check. It doesn't matter if he goes to g4 or g6, I'm gonna win the queen. Okay, I think that's it, guys. So let me put the arrows on the board. The idea is queen d8 check. He has two options, queen g5 or king g3. The one I was calculating right now was king g3. Then queen c7 check. He has to go to f3, because if he goes back to h4, queen f4 check is checkmate in the next move. So he has to go here, queen c3 check, he has to go up. If he goes immediately to e4, I go bishop c6, I think. If he goes to f4, I can force him to e4 after this check. Why queen c7 and not b8? I don't know, it's more centralized. And I guess I have access to c3 and do these checks on the dark squares. I don't want queen b3 after king f3. Maybe queen b8 also works. But I saw a winning line, and as they say, one win per game is enough. But I think on c7 it's more logical, because then I go through dark squares c3, d2 until I finally force him to a light square. Then bishop c6 check. He has to go to e5 or f5. On e5, queen a5 wins the queen, so f5, queen a5 check anyway, and it doesn't matter where the king goes. With my bishop on c6, I will skewer that king, even sacrificing it on f3 if necessary to win finally the queen. Okay, so that's about king g3. And queen d8, queen g5 I think was the solution of the puzzle, if I remember correctly, so we're gonna see that line now, because I'm gonna play it. Queen g5, yeah. And now queen h8, queen f6 was the idea. Queen h8, again he can go to g3 instead of blocking. I think he blocks. But if king g3, I didn't calculate this now. Queen c3 check. Hey, Papadas Thinkers, thanks for the follow. Queen c3 check, he cannot go to f4, so he has to go back to the h file. But maybe it's not queen c3 check here. Maybe it's queen b8. Yeah, queen b8 looks strong. If he goes to h4, queen h2 is checkmate. And if he goes to f... Oh, no, queen b8, there's queen f4. What am I saying? Queen b8 is stupid. So it has to be queen c3. And if king back to h4, queen d4 check. And we finally transpose to this line, which is going to happen now. You also have queen h3. Yeah, I didn't see that. Queen h3, king f4. Then what? Yeah, it looks strong. Maybe just king f2 next. King f2, king e5, queen e6 check, king d4. I don't know. Looks strange. It might win, but looks strange. I guess probably queen c3. And after king h4, queen d4 check. He cannot go down because of queen f2 mate, so he has to go to h5. And then we transpose to this same line we're gonna play now, which is, namely, after this, queen h5, queen f6 check, queen g5 is forced, and then queen d4. And this would transpose to the other line after queen c3 check, king h4, queen d4 check. We're going to be in this exact position where he has to go up because of the queen f2 checkmate. So I think the other line we could force a transposition to this position. And here, once the king can never ever go back to g3, I think now it's moment to check on h8. And after queen h6, queen e5 check. Well, no, sorry. In this position, bishop e8 check, yeah. Bishop e8 check now, yes. That's it. And if he goes up, it's checkmate in one. So he has to give up the queen instead. Yay! Duck Kid 92, thanks for the follow. I don't follow how you could calculate all these lines. It was impossible for me. To be honest, Dr. Strange, this is the second time we have this puzzle already, so memory helped, because in the starting position, which was this one, I remembered queen d8 was the move. So that immediately that helps a lot, because there are many tempting moves here, especially the queen e1 move. And then I also remembered this queen f6 check, and I remembered this idea with the bishop, with the mate on h8. So I remembered some pieces, so that definitely helps calculating. But these patterns, then they appear again and again in new puzzles and positions. So this is why definitely doing tactics improves your intuition for, in this case, for endgames. So my king f2 didn't come at any moment. No, Mark, no, there was no king f2. But I think in some lines it was possible. For example, if king g3, queen h3 check, king f4, I think king f2 was an interesting move there. But yeah, again, I think after king g3, queen c3 transposes to the other line, so it was easier. But yeah, if we decide to go for queen h3, king f4, I think king f2 is a probably very good move there, threatening checkmates. Although I wasn't sure after king e5, queen e6 check, king d4. It looks like we have something, but not quite entirely sure if we're winning or not. Queen check, maybe queen here. Okay, 3481. We started the session on 3485, so let's keep going. Wow, this is definitely not an endgame. Very close position, which is not funny for our bishop. Our bishop is horrible. Thankfully, we have these pieces over here, these guys, trying to build something against this little king on g3. But how could we? How could we? Well, a sacrifice on f3 to be able to enter on g4 with the queen looks like very tempting idea. Maybe also sacrificing this way so that after queen takes we have rook f4. But yeah, maybe that's a bit more suspicious. But if we remove the knight, we might have some ideas of bishop g5 followed by h4, all sacrificial mode. But no, rook takes f3 would be my first guess, along with rook g4 check, which looks also tempting. The problem with rook h4 is takes king h2, and what's my follow-up? Takes, king runs. I think I'm gonna start calculating rook takes f3. Rook takes f3, rook takes f3, queen g4 check, king f2, queen takes h4 check, maybe just knight g3. Maybe just knight g3 and I gave up a rook for nothing. Because if queen h2, there's... Oh no, there's not rook f2. But the knight is defended. Maybe there's king e3, rook takes f3, king takes f3. Bishop takes g5. I don't know, I gave up a full rook. I'm still a rook down. How strong is my attack there? There's another idea to start with, which I didn't consider, which is rook takes h4. I think he has to take it, because my threat of queen h3 is really strong. Well, there's the alternative, rook h2 though, maybe, for him. Maybe instead of taking it, he can go rook h2. But okay, the idea is if he takes... what are we gonna do if he takes? We never have bishop takes g5 with that knight alive, so... Ugh. There's potentially a rook hanging on c1. Do we have rook g4? Yeah, we have it. That's what I said at the beginning, that we have this and this. Rook g4 is a check, but after pawn takes, king h2, queen takes... yeah, queen h3 is not working, so say king g1. Then rook takes f2. If knight takes f2, queen takes g5, and we win this rook. But the material is equalish, although we have many pawns up that should be winning. So, yeah, very tempting, rook g4. If he goes king h2, I guess we just take on h4 and we should be winning, entering on h3 with our queen. So rook g4, he's probably forced to take it. And then queen takes g4. King h2 only move, queen takes h4 check. I'm assuming queen h3, we just go rook takes f2, and then we have a fork on f4 in the end, so we would be a piece up. So he cannot go queen h3, he has to go king g2 or king g1. In both cases, I have rook takes f2, especially if king g2, but also against king g1, I have rook takes f2, and if knight takes, queen takes g5 check, then we take this rook the next move. And material is equal, queen and bishop versus queen and knight, but we took 3 pawns, so it's not equal really. It's we're 3 pawns up, so it looks like that line works, doesn't it? It looks like it's really forced. Rook g4, I don't think he can ignore that. Can he? Will he have a nasty knight f6 check at some point? Disconnecting our other rook. King h2, rook takes h4, king g1. Yeah, let's say he ignores a rook and decides just to give up the h4 pawn. I think we enter h3 anyway, and we're threatening queen h1 checkmate. Hard to stop. If rook g2, just queen h1 and we take the rook. Yeah. So I don't think he can ignore it, guys. I think I'm gonna go for it. Maybe I'm rushing it a bit. If I fail this one, maybe yeah, maybe our goal of 3500 would be a bit further away. But this looks like 3 pawns up after knight takes f2. queen takes g5 check, and queen takes rook. Yeah. Okay, the puzzle rating is pending. We got 1 point, but yeah, the puzzle rating is pending, so maybe, yeah, maybe that's why it's easier than others. I mean, the line is pretty straightforward. Okay, let's continue. 1800, that's your guess? Okay, 3482. Okay, rar. Well, rook a8, queen f8 looks... Ah, we had this, guys. Oh, we had this. This was a funny one. Ooh. Let's see if I remember. You remember this one? Oh, there were some funky lines. It took so long to calculate. You remember it perfectly? Wow. So rook a8, king g7, queen f8. Oh, there were some tricks. I remember some tricks, yes. So rook a8, king g7. Let's calculate first the most obvious one. King f6. And there was queen h8, there was queen d8, there was f4, because my rook is hanging on c1. Queen h8 will happen at some point. Yeah, I remember I solved it. So what I remember is calculating queen h8, king f5. And then f4 maybe? Yeah, f4. Well, I remember the idea. I needed to force queen h6. I remember that idea. Okay. So if I do the... So I think I need to do f4 like before I do queen h8. I think it was something like that. Check, king g7, check, king f6, and now f4. Because if I do it with the king on f5, he had more options, if I remember correctly. f4, queen h6, queen h8 now, or queen d8, queen h6, queen h8, I think. There was something against queen g7, but I think the puzzle didn't go there. I think there was queen d8, queen g5 probably. And against king f5, queen e5 check, king g4. And was it queen e2 picking up this rook? I can't remember that. But yeah, I think it was f4 one move earlier than I calculated in the original position. But of course f4 is not here, so I'm gonna do the check. Of course f4 is not here, so I'm gonna do the check. And I think it was f4 here, instead of queen h8, king f5, and then f4. I think it was f4 now. Oh, exactly, because it prevents queen h6. Because now he doesn't have queen h6. That's it. f4 now, if king g4, queen h8 wins on the spot. Yeah, it was much easier than I remembered. f4 now, queen goes to h5 then, queen goes to h5, then queen h8, king f5, queen e5 check, king g4, and I take on c7. I think that was it. his king is on g4. So after rook b2, wait, maybe it was queen e2 check and take on b5 instead. But I'm sure it was f4 now. So I can grab this rook with queen d8 immediately or with queen h8, queen e5. But in both cases, I'm worried about rook b2. So maybe it's just check, 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 and take this rook instead. And then if queen h3, I have time to go queen f1 or something. I think that was probably it. I don't recall it, but queen h8, this is only move. Queen check, this is only move. Queen e2 check. Don't be in a rush. Okay, I'll try not to be in a rush, but this looks winning. Check, check, check. King moves somewhere. I don't know, h3 or f5 back. Fortuna Chess Coach, thanks for the follow. And then I take here. Oh, he has bishop f3 though. Check, 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 sorry. Check bishop f3, defending the rook. Oh, snap. Oh, wait. Maybe it was simply check. And if he goes to f5, which is not forced, if he goes to f5, I take the rook. Then he doesn't have rook b2 because of queen e5. And if he goes queen h3, I guess I take on f7. And then after king g4, I remember calculating those lines. Then after king g4, I'm in trouble. So maybe instead of queen takes f7, I go queen e5 and just queen e2 next, defending everything. So I think it was queen d8 and take the rook. What happens if king g7 though? I take the rook, queen h3 or rook b2 doesn't work because of queen e5 again, and if queen h3, queen e5, f6, rook a7, sounds familiar to me. I think it was queen d8, queen takes rook. Queen d8, rook e7. Yeah, but I think queen d8, rook e7, I think there was rook a7. I think that was easy in a way, but yeah, maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, for example, if rook b2, I guess I can just take the rook and then trade queens, worst case scenario. And if queen h3, so check, rook e7, rook a7. If queen h3, I take king f5 or king g7 that I missed. No, king g7, queen takes f7. So king here. And then queen g5 check, forcing him to block the bishop, at least. So yeah, I always have that idea. With the rook on a7, the thing is after king g7, I have queen takes f7. And if king h8, queen f8 is mate. If king h6, I just trade queens on h3 after, or maybe it's checkmate. Yeah, maybe I have some checkmate, or at least I trade queens after queen takes h7, queen takes h3. Yeah, I remember calculating that rook e7 didn't work, so it's probably this, the line. It's probably this one, the line. Queen d8 check. If he goes up, I just take the rook. The fork on e5 prevents rook b2, and queen h3. And queen h3. Hey Magnus, what is up? Queen h3, I guess I go check and queen e2. Oh, actually the check. He might be in trouble. Ah, no, he still has king h6. And I don't have a way to trade queens. So I guess I do the check and go queen e2. Fun stream. Thanks. Tactics are fun. I think it's queen d8, guys. Don't rush it, Pepe. So here I thought queen takes, and if queen h3 I go check, check, and force him to analyze deeply now. Okay. So if I take and he goes queen h3, I'm forgetting a tricky move. Okay. He has queen f3 as well, not just queen h3. So okay, if I take here and he goes rook b2, I have this fork. So that's easy. If I take here and he goes... Oh, I had rook e1 as well, here in this position. So his queen cannot move because of queen g5 checkmate. Rook e1. And if king g4, I might take the rook then. So if I take the rook first, let's see, what could the problem be? Queen f3. Queen f3, I have issues, right? Or maybe not. Maybe not. Ah, yeah, because I took on c7, there's no longer queen c5, queen g5. Yeah, so queen f3, I would love to play queen g5, but I took the rook on c7. Haha. Queen takes c7, queen f3 is a problem. Check, check. Or maybe it's not a problem, guys. Queen e5 check, king g4, queen g5 check, king here, queen h4 checkmate. Okay, queen f3 is not a problem. Hello Bazinga, what is up? So queen takes here. Let's assume queen e2 or queen h3 could be problems. Queen h3, queen check, king g4, queen g5 check, king f3. Rook a3 check. Hello Jimmy, GM Atul. You are 1750, only chess, how can I improve? Get good, maybe. Yeah, exactly. We have a command for that. Many people ask the same question. I mean, as I heard the other day, to Spanish international master David Martinez, Divis, someone asked him how to improve in chess. Give me the key to improvement, and he was like, and he said something like this. Well, if there was a key to improvement that I can explain you in 1 minute, then we would all be grandmasters, but we're not. So, yeah, you have to put an effort. That's for sure. There's no easy path to improvement, but fortunately, chess is so complex that I think any part of it that you train, you will improve in one way or another. But at your level, 1750, I would bet tactics is the most important thing you should train. Yeah. But yeah, you can just basically train any part of it. Don't play a lot of variants. I thought that was good. Everything helps in a way, but if when you play a lot of variants and you neglect standard chess, you're definitely not improving your chess. And then when you play chess, you have some bad habits from variants. So yeah. So queen takes, queen h3. Well, if I play rook e1 right now, it looks like a very strong move. So I'm not sure whether I should calculate rook e1 immediately, or that prevents queen h3, for example, or calculate if there's something wrong with queen takes rook. Ah, no, opening variants. No. Chess variants. Yeah. Opening lines, I would say, not variants. Yeah. Rook e1 looks very strong. I'm threatening rook e5, winning the queen. If the queen moves to f3 or h3, I have queen g5 checkmate. If he plays f6, yeah, maybe f6 is a good move. Okay, so what is wrong with queen h3? Let's go there. Queen takes rook, queen h3. And I thought I have this check, king g4, this check, king f3, and rook a3 check. F6 is the best move after both queen takes c7 and after rook e1. Oh yeah, I guess after queen h3 I have this line that I'm just showing, and that should be game over. He still has king e2 there, but I go back to e5 and queen e3 checkmate. Yeah. So f6, good point. Queen takes and f6. Jakadiwa, thanks for the follow. So yeah, I'm a rook up, but it's tricky. I need to stop his threats. So queen takes rook, f6. Rook f8, I'm thinking could be a move. But maybe it's a bit slow. Oh, wait. I have an idea, guys. h3. h3, because if queen takes h3, queen g5, queen e5, rook a3. h3 right now with our queen still trying to go to g5. How about that? Rook a3, rook b3, takes, rook c3 wins. So if queen f3, I win. if queen takes h3, I guess it's the same. Check, check. Oh wait, no. He has king f3, king g4. Check. So h3, queen takes h3, queen g5 check, king e4. Maybe instead of queen e5, I go right at that moment rook a4 or rook e1. Check, rook e1 check. Oh yes, Duke. If I have the queen on e5 and yeah, queen g5 is mate. You're right with the queen on h3. Yeah, Bazinga. After h3, queen f3, we have queen g5 check, king e4, queen e5 check, king d3 only move, rook a3 check, or rook c3 winning the queen. Yeah, just rook c3. Rook c3 or rook a3, both of them win. After queen f3. Yeah, I think this was it. I think I need more coffee as well. I'm yawning a lot. Yes. So king e4, queen e5 check, king f3 or king d3. But in both cases, I have rook c3 at least or rook a3. Both of them look good. Rook a3 check. So probably the puzzle stopped here because I assume there after king e4, queen e5, there are a couple of ways to win. But maybe even after king e4, there's a couple of ways to win. Maybe apart from queen e5, now that the king is blocking the bishop, maybe there's more than one way. Like maybe rook a4 also wins or rook e1. All right. Yeah, 3,700, and we're finally increasing our rating today after the first mistake. Okay, should we continue? Try to reach the 3,500? What do you think? What do you think, Fito? Fito, should we continue, Fito? Just a couple of puzzles. My dog says yes. My dog says yes, we should continue. Okay, I'm gonna grab a bit more of coffee. I'm gonna load the next position for you while I grab more coffee, and I'll be right back. Sounds familiar though. Sounds familiar. What happens with this check, check, and this rook? Okay, I'm gonna go grab coffee and I'll be right back. Listen to your dog. I always listen to him. Yes. Okay. I need more coffee. 1 second. I'll be right back. Ah, the bishop is pointing to f2, right? I see the problem. Bishop pointing to f2, so maybe we need to go to do queen c6 as well. Come, Fito, go. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Milos. Hey, Aiden. Oh, many people in the chat right now. What happened? Oh, Aiden Alphabet raided. Oh, sorry, I was AFK right now. Welcome, guys. Welcome, raiders, and thank you very much for the raid. And appreciate it, man. GM and the DMs, thanks for the follow. And you have said this before. Okay. Rainer Brown, thanks for the follow. Oh my god, Pepe, are you gonna be one of those 5,000 puzzle rating guys that just know all the 3,000 plus puzzles by memory? Are you gonna be Hans Niemann? I hope not. I hope not. And you can see that even repeated puzzles, I have some issues remembering them, so I don't think I will know them by memory. Raid! Welcome, guys. Welcome, raiders. I hope you had a great stream. Pepe died. No. You got a number. A number? Pepe just got his weed. Yeah, this is my weed, guys. It's called coffee. And I drink it in little sips. Pepe, you had a raid. Thanks. Thanks, Doctor Strange. Hey, my sick duck is here. Welcome. How are you, man? I am noob chess player. We're all noobs. We're all noobs. It's okay. I'm rated 500 in the chess scene. 500 is more than 100. Yeah, good point. So, I guess we have some pressure on f2. That could be a problem. What is your name on chess.com? I think I have a command for that. Yeah. So, check, king goes up somewhere. Check, king goes to e6. Check, king moves to e5. And then I might have rook e2 with the idea of queen e8. Huh. Lag.com, yeah. That's how we call it. What about king d6 after queen b7? So king e7. Maybe I go queen c7 then. To prevent that. Yeah. We had this one. I remember. We had this one. And it was tricky. But there was a, I don't know, queen check. So if bishop d6, we always have queen e8 check and some queen h5 check later. So I think the first check is the only move, the only logical move in the position. So I'm gonna go there and let's take it from here. Let's take it from here. We don't have time for rook e2, which is a pity. So now I have to go with one of those two checks. So he didn't solve all the puzzle beforehand. Terrible, Jacqui, terrible. But I mean, the first move, there was no other option for the first move. But yeah, sorry. Sorry, because I broke my own rule. I broke my own rule. Well, I guess queen b7 is the logical move now, because that forces king e6. Then queen c6 check, makes sense. And he has a couple of options. King e5 or bishop d6. If bishop d6, I thought rook e2 could be nice. King f7 cannot be played, so I guess king Ah, I thought king f5, but he has. Yeah, he doesn't have any moves besides king f5. King f5 only move, right? Isn't rook e2 just hanging? No, because if he takes, I have the skewer on e8. Oops, on e8. I have the skewer. So, so the queen b7, king e6, queen c6 check. If bishop d6, but bishop e7. Oh, I missed bishop e7. Okay. Huh. No problem, bro. That's what the chat is here for. Yeah. Still, this line looks the only logical attempt. It's the forcing one. But after king e6, maybe I have better. Maybe I have something better. After queen c6 check, he also has the option to go king e5. But then I do have rook e2, right? Then I do have rook e2, king d4. Or just queen e8 instead. Queen e8, king cannot go to d6, king to f5, queen e6, king g5. Don't see it. I don't see it. Huh. Interesting. So queen b7 check, king e6, queen c6 check, king e5. Then queen e8 check, king f5, rook takes, queen h5, king e6. No, that's not good. Let me see, check. So I'm thinking queen b7, queen c6, and I'm trying to calculate what happens after king e5 instead of bishop d6, which is the other move. And after, oh, that's a nice line in the other line. If bishop d6, I might be able to play queen c4, looking for a Zugzwang. Never mind. If only queen b7, rook d7. Yeah. What about queen c6 now? Queen c6 now, probably bishop takes f2. I mean, if we don't do a check, we need to be very careful because black has threats as well. Bishop f2, we cannot take it because of rook d1, check and checkmate. He can choose to checkmate us or take our queen. But yeah, bishop f2 looks really dangerous because we cannot take it and we're probably checkmated there. So always check until it's a win. Well, as a general rule, you should calculate the checks first because they're the most forcing moves. Whenever we check, it's very hard for our opponent to check us back, usually. Queen b7 also threatens to win a rook. But even that is not so easy. Oh yes, it is easy. No, I was thinking that even here, if he goes away to f8, for example, if queen takes, bishop takes f2 is an idea, but we have king f1 simply because the queens are attacking each other. So queen b7 check looks like it forces king e6. We can never do rook takes rook because there's a checkmate in 2 with queen f2, queen g1. So what do we do? I hope this is not a drawing puzzle, but it could be. it could be that we have to draw in this position because we're a piece down. Anyway, queen c, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to find a win here. c6 check, king e5. Yeah, it's possible that we need to find a draw, some sort of repetition. So it's hard to find one though right now. King e5. So rook e2, king f5, queen c8 or queen e6, I don't know, king g6, queen e8 check, king back to f5 or king g5. I have nothing there. I have bishop or nothing there. So after king e5, maybe queen e8, king f5. There's no queen h5. And g4 would be stupid. Huh. King b7, king e6. Queen c6, king e5. Rook takes rook. Again, oh, it's check, so it is an option. And then after queen takes, f4 check, king e6, bummer. And also f4 is pinned, the f pawn is pinned, so it's stupid. Oh my goodness. I'm missing one idea. And the problem is, we already did this one. I'm pretty sure we did this one. So see how I'm not going to be one of those guys who remembers the passes by memory. For sure, I won't be. Too hard. It's not too hard. So I need to find something against king e5 and something against bishop d6. Bishop d6, at least no more pressure on f2, and also the open c5 for our queen. Additional options looks very promising. Queen c8 looks promising there. So I guess the problem is king e5. So I'm going to start calculating king e5 first. I don't think I have anything better than queen c6 after king e6. The problem is when the king runs to g6. And then after queen e8 check, king g5, and I have nothing. Okay, so I'm going to calculate the king e5 line. So, queen b7. Queen b7, king e6, queen c6, king e5. Let's take it from there. Options. Queen c8. How does that work? Sorry, queen c7. Yeah, one option is queen e8, but he goes to f5. Queen c7, I didn't consider it, but queen c7, bishop d6, and I don't have queen c3 because he has a pawn on b4, yeah. Also the queen. The king is always running. It has to be a draw, guys. It has to be a draw. Black has too many threats and the rook is hanging, so if we don't have a checkmate or a way to win the queen, and I don't see it, the king is always running. If he runs to g6 and the best I have is queen e8 check, king g5, I have nothing else. So queen c8 check. No, wait, after king e5 I don't have queen c8 check, so I have to do it one move earlier. So queen b7 check, king e6 forced, it looks. And then instead of queen c6 I might go queen c8 check, with the idea that he cannot go to f5, and if he goes to f5, I mean if he goes to e5, I have rook e2, and he doesn't have king f5 because of my queen, so he has to go king d6, allowing checkmate with rook e6, or king d4. How that would work? So king d4, king d4. At least king d4 blocks the bishop and the rook, so I might just save my rook, like rook e3, for example, trapping his king. And then queen a6 maybe is an idea. Sorry, let me catch up with the chat. King e5, king f2. King f2? What? King f1. And we lose the queen after. Nice. Queen b7 check, king e6, queen c6 check, king e5, rook e2. But then king f5 might seek back. So in that line, king e5, rook e2, he runs to f5. How is that a repetition? You took the words out of my mouth. King d4, rook d2 check is a repetition. What? No, but he goes to f5. He doesn't go to d4, I think, in this line. And then he's running out to g6, and I have nothing there. I think I have nothing there. However, my idea is queen b7 check, king e6, queen back to c8 check. So if he does, yeah, I'm blocking the f5 escape, and I'm blocking f4 as well. So the king is always trapped. If he goes back, I keep checking back and forth. That's my idea. And if he goes up, I go rook e2 check now. He cannot take again because of the skewer, and he has no f5 now. If he goes up, rook e6 is checkmate. If he goes down, I think because on d4 it's blocking both the rook and the bishop, I can just save my rook. I was thinking rook e3, winning a tempo, and then the idea of queen a6 to d3. And I think this would be the easiest way to make a draw. Forcing him to e6 first, then check back on f8, so there's no king f5. And if he goes back to f7, I repeat on b7, obviously. And, okay, after queen c8 check, sorry, queen b7 checking e6, queen c8 check, if he goes back, I keep checking. If he goes to e5, I have rook e2, and if he goes to d6, that's a key moment. Should I check on b8 or on d8? I think for repetition purposes, the most logical would be b8. So after king c6, I have a8 hitting the rook, so he has to repeat back. But maybe I have the same on d8, right? Yeah, I have the same on d8. On d8, king c6, queen a8. Yeah, so it's the same. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that I don't remember. I mean, we had this position before. We had this puzzle, but maybe I failed it. I don't remember it. And I don't remember the solution of repeating back to c8. Go for it. Yeah, let's go for it. Queen c8 now. Yay! And now rook e2. So he goes there. And here I thought rook e3. He cannot run via g8 and h7. No, Bazinga, because if he goes to g8, I take the rook in the first. When he could go to g8, he was on f7. I was checking on b7. If he goes to g8, I take the rook with check, trade queens, and I win the endgame. So here I thought rook e3, maybe it's the only move. Rook e3 looks very good. But maybe for repetition purposes I should consider this, although it's a stupid move because king c3. And I cannot take, I can never do rook takes rook because of queen f2, queen g1, checkmate. So yeah, I guess rook e3 makes sense. Rook e3. Yes! Yes! Nice. Oh man, such a simple position. When we start, it looks so simple, this check and check, but man, black has so many threats. Alright, let's keep it going. We got this. We're so close, 5 points away. Alright. It's black to move. I start being hungry. Is 3500 peak? Let's break the 3500 wall. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Okay. This hat is breaking in pieces. And I have this staple here that is always being a problem with my hair. Okay, I guess I need to put some tape here or something in the inside. Yeah, problems with my hair. Okay, let's not use the hat now. I'm gonna fix it before the next stream. C2, C1. Looks like a decent plan, man. Looks like a decent plan. Very, very decent plan. What do we have here? Material is equal. This king looks very funny there. I might even have some bishop f4, sacrifice queen h2 at some point. My rook is not participating though. Hey, thanks GP Bear. But C2 C1 looks very decent. C2 also might have queen b3 ideas at some point. C2 rook c7. Yeah, we should probably look at white's threats. Rook c7. Rook f8, and you say the rook is useful. Nice. But yeah, this could be a problem. And d7. Or even sacrifice on f7 and then d7. Something like, for example, c2, rook f7, rook f8, rook takes f7, bang, rook takes f7, d7. And well, we still have the option to promote there because we still have bishop f8. Yeah, so the sacrifice is probably stupid for white. But just d7 instead, threatening queen takes. Yeah, that's even stronger. So, for example, c2, rook c7. Rook f8, d7. c1 equals queen. d8 equals queen. And we win, right? We get first. So white needs something stronger than that. c2. c2 is a good idea. If he has to sack the rook. Is knight g5 an idea for him to distract our bishop from f8? Or does it consume an important tempo? No, it doesn't, because we don't want to do bishop takes g5 anyway. So knight g5 is actually a very interesting threat. c2, knight g5, threatening mate on f7, h7. And if we take, I was thinking maybe rook f7, d7, etc. But maybe also queen takes. No, queen takes to threaten queen h6 does not work because our queen defends. Oh no, but he has the rook here, so he's stopping it. So c2, knight g5, bishop takes g5, queen takes g5. Then queen b3 check, and we take the rook. Queen b3 check, king moves somewhere safe. Let's say h2. We take the rook, he plays queen h6. And we better have a good check or checkmate there. It looks like we're gonna have it. Yeah, we have rook d2 and promote. No, we don't, because the pawn is on c2. But in that case, we have queen e2. Queen e2 check, him back to g3. And then queen e5 check, and we take on f6. So that looks working for us, right? Unless he went to f2. If he goes to f2, I don't have queen e2 check. But I have a check on d4. No, my queen is on c4. Yeah, I have a check on d4 to take on f6. So that should work as well. Will engine play rook c7 or knight g5? I think knight g5 doesn't work. After c2, knight g5, I can just take, and the fork on b3 should be enough. Take the rook. Queen h6 is not enough, so nothing is enough if queen h6 is not enough. Okay. So after c2, how about rook c7? I think we need to defend f7, obviously, rook f8. But then I don't see anything for white. Will he play knight g5 now? Takes. So the queen is defended on c7, I mean. So maybe that's an improvement over the other line. c2, rook c7, rook f8, knight g5 now. Do you have to take the knight even? Well, the threat is really annoying. Maybe in this specific position he's not threatening checkmate, so maybe in this specific position I can promote. In the other position I think I had to take the knight. But in this position maybe I can promote and threaten checkmates somewhere. Yeah, so probably this is it. But let me see if bishop takes works in this case, in this line, because if it works, then it's easier. Bishop takes, queen takes. We no longer have a fork that wins the rook, but we have the immediate queen takes f6 maybe. Queen takes f6, rook takes c2, queen takes d6 check. Yeah, I don't believe that one. Oh, and also the queen, his queen is still on g5. After bishop takes, queen takes, it's our turn to do something. Yeah, okay. That's annoying because I don't have queen takes f6 or queen e5. So, hey, Omid Malik, thanks for the raid. Whoa, welcome. Appreciate the raid, man. I hope you had a great stream. We're doing some tactics here. Seper, sorry. Sepe HR, thanks for the follow. What up, what up? What's up, Liquid Sword? We're doing some tactics here, trying to break the 3500 barrier. Thanks for the follow, Liquid Sword. So, another instance of Pepe solving the puzzle in 30 seconds, then calculating all possible variations. Yeah, Omid Malek, thanks for the follow. I mean, once you see the idea, you need to be sure and you need to check every line, because these puzzles ain't easy, man. My name is really hard to say, isn't it? Sepe HR. It is. It is. I'm gonna call you Sep. I'm gonna call you Sep. Okay, so my SIGDAG is saying c2, rook c7, c1 works. No, it doesn't. Queen f7, queen h7 is checkmate. So we need to address that, my SIGDAG. Rook c7 is a checkmate threat. So, so yeah, after c2, rook c7, we need to defend with rook f8. But then if he tries knight g5, I think we can promote at that point, because the knight takes f7, I assume queen g1 should be leading to checkmate. Is it like Sapphire, but with an S? Sephiroth. It reminds me of Sephiroth. c2 followed by bishop f4 check. c2, rook c7 and bishop f4 check. That's a nice idea. Srekershnalism, which is an idea that I forgot at all. I remember when we started in this position, I said maybe at some point we have bishop f4 sacrifices ideas, and actually they make a lot of sense if we can promote with check. So yeah, that's also a nice idea. c2, rook c7, bishop f4 check. I guess king f3. So I don't believe bishop f4, if I'm honest, but it's a nice idea that could possibly work at some point. Probably in that moment, no, because after king f3, we still need to address the checkmate, and our bishop is going to be hanging there. So maybe white can try knight g5 there, or d7. Watch this for a second. Okay, I'm gonna watch that. 1 second. I'm not showing it on the stream, but I'm watching it right now. It's loading. If I get to learn how you say your nickname, that would be nice. It's loading. My internet is slow when I stream. It's like pepper. Sepper.
Okay. Yeah, so both Botezes. You need to get this right.
It's too long, this clip.
Sepper, not Sepher or Sapir or whatever you guys say. It's Sepper.
Sepper.
Like pepper, but with an S.
Okay.
Right, Gerber?
Got it. It's Sepper. Okay. Got it. Thanks for that. Now it's easier for me. So it's like my name. My name is Pepe, but without the S and without the R at the end. White has many options. Well, white has many options, but not a lot after c2, I think. Let's see. Against rook c7, we have rook f8, and our threat is really strong. We have the bishop there. And he cannot ping our pawn or anything, so that's why I thought knight g5 could be an interesting attempt. So the problem with knight g5, to block our bishop, and also if we trade, which looks like kind of forced, to have the queen also controlling there. But the problem is if he starts with knight g5 after c2, knight g5, bishop takes, bishop takes, queen takes. We have queen b3 check, king must go down. We're going to take the rook, but so that we don't take with check, king must go down. And if he goes to g2 or h2, we take the rook, he goes queen h6 to threaten checkmate, we have queen e2 check, and we're going to either, he has to go up basically, not to back to g3. Then we have at least queen e5 check, queen takes f6. But if he goes to f2, after, let's repeat it again, c2, knight g5, bishop takes, queen takes, queen b3 check, king f2, queen takes rook. If he goes queen h6 now, we have queen d4 check, and we take on f6 anyway. So, therefore, I think after c2 he has to go rook c7, and once we go to f8 with the rook, he goes knight g5. But in that case, I think we can just promote, because he doesn't have a checkmate threat. It looks really dangerous, he's putting pressure on f7, but he doesn't have a checkmate threat, so I expect he will not have good discovered checks after either knight takes f7 or rook takes f7, because none of his discovered checks will block any of our checks, I think. So I guess we promote, and if, for example, knight takes f7, I assume queen g1 check should lead to checkmate. Let's see, there's queen f3 where queen g2 is checkmate, and there's queen h4 where queen f2 is checkmate. So that was easy. So we can just promote. We can just promote after c2, rook c7, knight g5. We can just promote. C2, rook c7, rook f8, and knight g5, and we promote at that moment, I think. So yeah, someone said in the chat with the puzzle loaded c2, c1, and yeah, it looks like a very decent plan to win, and I don't see how white survives. I think I'm gonna go for it. I feel like I'm rushing it a bit. Like we reached the solution too fast for what it's usual, but I don't see anything for white, so I'm gonna rush it. And now basically he's threatening checkmate, so, and we don't have nice checks except bishop f4 as someone suggested, but I think bishop f4, king f3, okay, at least we have an alternative to rook f8, which is bishop f4. But yeah, bishop f4, what if he does not take it? And even if he takes it, we promote, he takes, we take, we have some initiative, but he has a lot of compensation for the exchange, right? Because he has an extra pawn that is past defended, so I'm not even sure if we would win that with this horrible rook on d8. So yeah, let's go for the line that looks winning. Oh, d7, not, okay. Okay, interesting. So I thought if we promote, we're threatening some checkmate ideas. Except that knight is annoyingly defending g5 and f2. So maybe we're not threatening checkmate ideas. Well, of course, if he takes with the rook, it's over. So what happens if he goes and promotes? Do we have a checkmate after queen g1, king h4? I thought I could distract the knight, like queen f2, but the problem is he has also the queen defending on g5. It's not just the knight. You can check on a3 first as well, if there's a difference. Yeah, or on f4. On f4 right now there's a difference, is that I attack the rook. So now maybe the bishop f4 check makes some sense, but again, I think that endgame he has a lot of compensation for the exchange, so I don't believe it. But okay, if we promote and he goes d8, am I checkmating or not? Queen f4 is checkmating 1. Guys, I'm so blind. Okay, so if I promote if I promote right now, I'm threatening checkmating 1. Is white threatening queen f7? Probably not. Good point. Good point. I think not, because I'm attacking the rook. So I guess I just stay with the king. And if he promotes with check, he better do with a knight. But then after king g8, he has nothing, right? Rook g7 check is not possible because of my bishop. And f7 check, I can just take it or move the king away. Yeah, it's probably nothing. Probably nothing. I promote. If queen f7, I take with the king. The problem is the promotion of d7. No, because I'm threatening checkmating 1. Ah, after rook takes, you mean. After rook takes, I might go bishop f4, which is funny. No, but yeah. After rook takes, he's threatening to promote and I don't have a good fork. So another move right now is queen b8, which I didn't consider. Queen b8 looks like a strong move as well right now, but it would be amazing if it's the only move. It would be amazing if nothing else works in this position. Queen b8 looks strong. If he promotes, I just stay with the queen, obviously. c1, rook takes c1, queen b8 check. How's that good, my Zikdak? Ah, because then I take the rook. JM Passless Pseudos, thanks for the follow. So yeah, that's right, my Zikdak. c1, rook takes c1, queen b8 check, controlling the promotion, and then I take the rook, because he has no way to block the check and save the rook. So that's right. That looks good. So that means one of the two moves must be wrong. If I have to bet, I would bet on the forcing move, c1. So what could be wrong with queen b8? Now that's my question. What could be wrong with queen b8? Maybe queen d6? Hey Martin, what is up? I don't know, I have rook d8 in the end, so queen d6 doesn't look like it works. I promote. And if he takes, I trade queens. Ah, and then I take on, I have to spend the move to take on c1, then he has knight b7. And my bishop cannot control d8. Wow. So queen d6 looks like a lucky save for white. So I'm going to promote. I'm going to promote. Yeah, promote. I'm threatening checkmate on f4, so he has to take. Then queen b8 check, intermediate move, then I take the rook. Queen d6 you can even take on c7. No, I cannot. Can I? He takes back. And if I promote, he promotes. I don't know, I'm not threatening checkmate anymore. So he has two queens, I have one. I need to take his queen, then he takes mine with check and material is equal. Follow up is not good in queen b8. What do you mean? Well, I think I have to promote here. He takes queen b8 check and take the rook. And I'm a rook up, and I have the promotion controlled, and I have the dark squares controlled, so there's never a problem there. Yeah. I think I clicked it. Okay. Oh, okay, so, oh, look at that. The same idea as in the other line. The knight will have knight b7. So if queen d6, knight d6, bishop c1, knight b7. So now, instead of trading queens, I take the rook. I take the rook now, important. I don't blunder trading queens first. So I trade the rook, I take the rook. If he trades, I have the promotion under control. He needs an extra move to go with the knight to b7. Yeah. So it's nice that I had this position, because I didn't see this trick, queen d6. But it's nice that we had this position in another line, because yeah, then I knew the trick. So what I meant is, oops, sorry, here in this position. Actually, you know what? Let me try if now Lichess is up, and I can put this in an analysis board to show that idea. Yes, we're pretty close, guys. We're pretty close. Dun, 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 dun. Tools, analysis board. There. Okay, I think you can see the board, yes. So, hey Amorfu, what is up? So d7. Yeah, if we go queen b8 here, there's the amazing resource queen d6. And if we promote, takes. Oh, actually it's the same, isn't it? So the line I was calculating was wrong. What did I see? Queen d6. Promote. Try and get good. Isn't this the same position where we just take the rook and that's it? So I miscalculated something. So queen d6 is not the move, maybe. That's funny. Why did I calculate it queen takes d6? I'm so confused now. I'm confused. I calculated this, and this is after knight b7 a draw. But yeah, in the puzzle solution, we played this, check, and this. And that's exactly the same position where we take on c1 and we win. So against queen b8 immediately, he cannot go queen d6 because we do the same. We promote, and after takes, we take the rook and we win. So what can he do in this position instead of queen d6? Queen f7 now. Yes. Yes. This is clearly drawish. So queen f7. Yeah, queen f7. And king h8. Well, rook takes, rook check is out of the question, but king h8. Queen takes, rook, bishop takes, rook c8. Ah, it's pinned. It's pinned. It's pinned. I can do this. No, the rook is pinned. So queen f7 doesn't work. Queen f7 doesn't work, because the rook is pinned. Huh. I'm confused. Ah, okay, maybe after this and this. Take. No, that would be very stupid. So I'm confused. I was thinking the only difference between the queen b8 check line, I mean the c1 equals queen line, and this line is that he's not forced to take on c1 in this line, except I think he loses if he does not take on c1 anyway. So, Whoa, Martin! Hey, thanks for the subscription, man. I appreciate the support. You know, you have access to the perks. We have perks for the subscribers. You can redeem them in this link with the redeem command. Alan Traders, thanks for the follow. I'm confused. What could possibly be the solution for white in this position? Rawr, now you have the emote, yeah. Thanks for the support, man. I'm so hungry right now. I guess we should do another puzzle, see if we break the 3500 barrier, because I'm starting to be really hungry. And it's 4:35 p.m. here. But I'm confused with this one. I'm gonna let that open. Let's keep going. Let's do the next one. We're 3 points away from breaking the barrier. Okay. This position, we have a check there, followed by a check here. But then we have a light square here. The king can run there, so not sure. That's one idea. This is hanging, we should be careful. So queen h7, queen h7, followed by knight g6. Then queen h8, rook e1. Queen h7, king f8. We can also check on h8 and e1 immediately without sacrificing the knight. So check, check, check. and after king d6, sacrificing the knight allows us to check on f4 with the bishop and then on d1 with the rook, but our queen is hanging as well, so that cannot be it. We can start with a move like knight d5. There's rook e2 though. We can start like a move with a move like bishop e3 as well, or do that at some point of the line. For example, queen takes h7, checking here, bishop e3. So bishop takes c5 is a threat. Well, knight g6, queen h8, rook h7. And after king e6, rook e1. So okay, let's see this line for a second. Queen takes h7, check, king f8, queen h8 check. It's very forcing. No, sorry. Queen takes h7 check, king f8, knight g6 check. Pawn takes only move, queen h8 check, king f7 or king e7. In both cases, rook h7 check. King goes to e6 to stop us from taking the queen with check. And then rook e1 check, king f5. Knight h5, we die after rook e2. Possible to prepare knight h5? Seems stupid. Well, I can prepare knight h5 going bishop e3 in the first move. But bishop e3, I guess rook takes e3 could be an idea for black that I was worried about. But it's possible. Then maybe the idea of knight g6 works. Knight g6, queen h8, rook h7, and take the queen. The problem is how much material do we have? Oh, material is equal. So, okay, giving a piece. No, but if he saves the rook, he doesn't take my rook. And if he takes my rook, I take his rook. So I'm only giving a piece for the queen. It could be possible, yeah, to prepare it with bishop e3. Seems too risky. I don't know. The threat is strong. I might be too tired and hungry for these guys. I think as much as I'd love to break the 3500 barrier, I think we should do it tomorrow. I think I'm too hungry and too tired to think clearly. And we've done too many tactics already today. Last night I had a migraine. Yeah, I feel I should rest. I feel I should just have lunch and have a rest. I'm sorry, guys. As much as I like this position, and I think bishop e3 is a nice idea, I know I will not be able to calculate everything properly in this position. Yeah. One must know when to stop. One must know when to stop, guys. Go eat and rest sounds like a good idea. Yeah, it's been a long session already. I had much fun. We got some raids, and I know there's some people in here, so let's go find who's streaming out there, chess-wise, because I'm sure you want to see more chess, and I'll be back probably later in the night, maybe with some crazy house. I feel like it. Yeah, I don't have anything in the schedule. Don't have any concrete plans, but it feels very likely that I'll be back in the night with some chess or crazy house, or actually there's an elite, no, not elite. There's an important crazy house tournament tonight at 9 p.m. I've been invited to play. I might join. There's a lot of strong people there. I think there's a minimal rating required, so I might join that. It's like an elite Crazy House Arena or something like that. So I might be here for that later. I might join. There's a lot of strong people there. I think there's... Okay, some echo there. Libias, thanks for the follow, man. Hope you like the stream. We're finishing, but I'm looking who to raid. Bob is streaming, Jonathan on. All musicians are streaming, and Ginger, GM. Okay. It's been a while since I don't see Ginger, so let's go there. See you later. Thanks, GM Passless Pseudos. That's also a hard nickname. See you later, Magnus, Bazinga, and everyone. As I say, I'm probably joining an Elite Arena later, 9 p.m., but I might be streaming before that. We'll see. See you later. Bye-bye. Have a good one.
I think he came third.